Hydrogen trucks push into heavy-duty freight market. As pressure builds to decarbonize freight, Elemental Trucks Inc. (ETI) has introduced a hydrogen fuel cell truck aimed at the 63.5-ton segment, one of the hardest categories to electrify. Unveiled at Truck World 2026 in Toronto, the vehicle enters a small but growing field of alternatives to diesel in long-haul, high-payload operations. The move reflects a broader shift in industry thinking. Battery electric trucks continue to scale in lighter and regional use cases, but their limitations in weight, range, and charging time remain a challenge for long-distance freight. Hydrogen is increasingly positioned as a complementary solution rather than a direct competitor. Performance trade-offs and practical constraints. ETI's platform is designed to match diesel and compressed natural gas trucks without reducing payload capacity. The company says the vehicle can handle loads up to 140,000 pounds while maintaining long-range capability, a key requirement for operators running tight margins. This matters because battery electric trucks often require heavy battery packs that cut into cargo limits. For fleet operators, even small reductions in payload can erode profitability over time. Hydrogen fuel cells offer a higher energy density, allowing trucks to travel longer distances without adding significant weight. Still, open questions remain around durability, operating costs, and real-world performance. Total cost of ownership will be a deciding factor, particularly as fleets weigh fuel prices, maintenance, and vehicle lifespan against existing diesel options. Early deployments will likely serve as a proving ground across different routes and climates. Supply chains and infrastructure gaps. ETI is also tying its launch to domestic manufacturing. The truck's chassis is built in Quebec, with powertrain integration in Ontario, and a supply chain that leans heavily on Canadian components. This approach aligns with policy efforts to strengthen local production and reduce dependence on imports in clean technology sectors. Government interest in hydrogen and zero-emission transport continues to grow, particularly where it intersects with industrial strategy and energy security. Supporting domestic innovation is seen as a way to capture economic value while advancing climate targets. However, infrastructure remains a central barrier. Hydrogen refueling networks are still limited, especially along key freight corridors. Without reliable access to fueling stations, adoption risks being confined to pilot programs or niche routes. Fuel availability and cost add another layer of complexity. Fleet operators will need access to consistent low-carbon hydrogen at competitive prices to justify switching at scale. This creates a familiar challenge. Infrastructure investment depends on vehicle uptake, while vehicle uptake depends on infrastructure. ETI's launch highlights both progress and friction points in the hydrogen transition. The technology is advancing, but scaling it across the freight sector will require coordination between manufacturers, policymakers, and infrastructure developers.